What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another video. So today is Thursday the 1st of July, and as of today when I'm making this video, I am 10 days out from comp, which is very exciting. You may be sitting there wondering, well, probably not many of you are, but maybe some of you are like, Billy, where's the videos, where's the lifting footage, like why are you not documenting the prep as much? And me and my coach Martin agreed to kind of leave the lifts out of social media for a bit and just leave it to bring my best package on the day. It's only 10 days away, so you don't have to wait much longer. You know, you'll see me lifting some heavy weights soon, and I'm very excited to show you guys what I can bring to the flat platform, since, especially compared to my last competition a year and a half ago. But I still want to bring you guys some YouTube content with some value relating to powerlifting. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys some advice on going into your first powerlifting competition. If you are someone who's sitting on the edge and thinking, I kind of want to do one, but I'm not really sure to go about it, I think I have some value here. Although I've only done one competition, you know, it was my first one. You know, I would have done a lot more had it not been for COVID, and I still, like I said, think I have some good advice there to help you guys if you're thinking about competing. So I've got them written down in notes on my phone, and we're just going to go through them. So the first one is, don't wait until you are strong enough, okay? Because if you have that attitude, you'll never be strong enough in your own head. Now when I say that, yes, you should still build a good base. You shouldn't just start lifting weights and think, right, I'm going to compete in powerlifting. Of course not. You know, get a good few training blocks behind you, I'd say 6 months to a year. Build that base, build confidence with the lifts, you know, make sure your form's on point. And then after that, if you want to compete, don't be afraid to just, you know, go for it. Because competing is such an amazing thing, and the sooner you do it, you know, the sooner you have your first total, which you can look to beat, the sooner you kind of see what the other people around you are like, the sooner you get in with that like community. At my first powerlifting competition, I met so many amazing people, and it kind of brought me into that powerlifting world, because I didn't know any other like competitive powerlifters, and it was really good to meet those people. And now, you know, I'm good friends with them, I talk to them, and we help each other and push each other. Plus, the first one, you just kind of want to get out of the way. You get that first experience, and like I can say, even though I done my first one a year and a half ago, I'm nowhere near as like nervous going into the second one, because I know what to expect, I know what it's like, and you know, you just get that first one under your belt. But if you've been training for a good while and you've kind of thought about entering a powerlifting competition, but you're sitting there and you're like, oh no, I'm definitely not strong enough, shut up. You're always going to want to be stronger, all right? You're always going to want to be stronger. But you know, if you don't do that first one, you'll probably never do it. If it's something you want to do for a while, just sign up and get to it. Plus, you'll take training much more seriously in the lead up to a comp, right? So you're most likely to bring your best self to that competition, because you'll probably train harder, you'll have more motivation, and like I said, you'll peak really well and really bring your best on that comp day. So don't sit there and keep constantly waiting until, no, I'll compete when I can squat X amount of weight or bench X amount of weight. Just sign up and go for it. So for my second piece of advice, an absolute definite, is get a coach, okay? This is vital. I've had coaches for both my competitions. Mark Keys, Cast Iron Strength for the first one, brilliant coach, and now I'm working with Martin Bow, obviously, another brilliant coach. More than anything, it just allows you to focus on being an athlete, all right? You don't have to worry about the programming, you don't have to worry about getting those things right. You just have to focus on doing it and getting yourself into sessions and completing them to the best of your ability. Plus, a more experienced person will program you better. They will be able to notice things about your form that you won't notice, and really help tweak those things before the competition. Plus, for peace of mind, honestly, like maybe a session doesn't quite go to plan, or you think you might have fucked something up, or you're unsure about something, having that person to have that sort of outside view and be able to rationally explain things and keep your head level is so vital, and it just gives you a much better mindset going into the competition. Plus, like I said, if you have a coach, a very experienced one, pick a good one, you're gonna perform so much better in the competition. My third bit of advice is, do not cut weight for your first competition, okay? If you're someone that's teetering in between, say, two weight limits, and you may think, alright, if I compete at the lighter weight, you know, I'll be more competitive. Forget that. I'd say if you're somewhere in the middle, go for the higher one, because it's so useful in leading up to your first comp. If you know you want that little bit of a push to get stronger, that you have that ability to utilize food to up your calories, to increase your food to help you get stronger. and it'll just help you build rather than trying to cut for a competition and you know, having less energy to train, because your sessions are going to be tough. The more fuel you have, the better, and you're definitely better building into, you know, your weight class, because that might be, once you get your first total, that's the one you want to compete at, and you'll constantly get better. Like, I'm not saying if you're, say for example, like me, right? When I was going to compete, I decided to compete in the 93s. I was like sitting at like 85 or 86 kilos, I believe. Ended up at about 89. You don't have to. I didn't make it to 93. I was sitting at about 89 kilos, but it allowed me to just comfortably build, eat plenty of food. I think it was on like 4,000 calories a day, and it just made that a lot less stressful. No, you know, restricting yourself nutritionally when you're trying to train so hard is just not a good idea. And like I said, having that food behind you just really helps. So I'd say don't cut weight. Now this next point kind of relates to what I just said, and that is don't worry about being competitive. Okay, that might sound weird coming from me, because like also I went into my first competition and I was lucky enough that I won it. Okay, and I say lucky because in powerlifting, look, some random person who's trained for 10 years but has never competed can turn up on the day and wipe out everyone. I fully expected going into my first competition. It kind of helped me. I just thought, look, I'm probably going to be nowhere near the top. I don't care. I'm only interested in bringing my best self, hitting some PBs on the comp day, getting that experience. Like, I wasn't even thinking about, like, because in the back you'll have the leaderboard and you'll be able to see where you're at. I literally didn't even look at that. And the only reason I looked at it was for when I was next going for my attempts, until I got to deadlifts. And then I realised, shit, if I deadlift well, I could win. And don't get me wrong, it was a great feeling to win, but that wasn't the point of it. You know, that wasn't it at all. And I only won because I was like I equaled the total, but I was a lighter body weight, you know. But don't worry about being competitive. Worry about bringing your best package to the platform, and then aim to keep beating that, and eventually you'll climb up and up. Like, and maybe later on down the line, then you can worry about being competitive. But don't think about that right away. Okay, no one's gonna be fucking the world's best powerlifter at the first comp. Do you know what I mean? So don't expect to just go in to do your best. As cliche as that sounds, that's the best way mentally, especially going into your first one. Finally, in terms of attempts, I'd say on your first attempt at each lift, go very conservative. Okay, pick one that you'll manage comfortably, particularly that first squat, because you will be nervous. Okay, you'll be nervous. And honestly, I remember when I first got up to the squat rack and I got the bar on my back, I generally didn't think I could feel my legs. But luckily we picked a very light weight, managed it very easily. You know, you do your commands, you get that first one out of the way, and you just feel, right, okay, I've done that now. And you feel better going to the second and third. You know what I mean? No one wants to go into that first one and have a really hard lift, or even potentially miss a lift. You know what I mean? Each attempt as well, like if it's your first competition, you'll be new to doing commands, so you're better going light, so that on the first one especially you can get used to those commands. And with things like bench press, for example, you know, you can get an idea of the press command and know how long they're going to make you sit and weigh your chest, because different judges might wait a little bit longer, wait a bit shorter. You get a better idea of that. So yeah, I'd say in the first one, be conservative. In terms of the whole competition, aim to go 9 for 9. I didn't manage that in my first one. I went 8 for 9, was unlucky with the last deadlift, got up and my knee was shaking, but aim to go 9 for 9. I'd always advise, you know, obviously, like, make your attempts smart. On the last one, sometimes it's good to sort of like YOLO it, I guess, but I'd say you want to get the best total you can. The way to get the best total is making sure you hit all your 3 attempts. So if you're on the third one, it's like, you know, maybe you're very close to a PB, a lifetime PB, but you really don't know if you're going to get, maybe just, you know, bring it down 2.5, bring it down 5, get your best total, and you can nail that next time. Do you know what I mean? The first comp's not the last one. So I advise to go 9 for 9. You'll feel really confident after that. Like I say, there'll always be other competitions where you can go in and beat that next time, and training blocks and all that stuff. So yeah, that's everything I've wrote down. That's my advice for anyone looking to do their first powerlifting competition. I hope this helps. I know it's very niche, but you know, I'm really into powerlifting now, and I want to help as many people as I can, especially if they're looking to go into their first one. And I just want everyone to be the best lifter they can. Don't worry about anyone else, any outside things. Just look to be the best lifter you can. Okay. That's it for me, guys. Comp is in 10 days. I think I'm going to do one more video, just kind of talking about my mindset going into this competition, probably next week, before it, maybe once I've got the sessions out of the way and I'm good to go, and then obviously it will be the comp day video. That's it for me. Remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next one.